I've watched a ton of these social media cleanse videos, and it really had me in awe seeing how people were literally able to change their perspective in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month. But the question I asked myself was, why are we so drawn to social media? Is it the rush we feel from getting likes and comments? Is it to stay connected with our friends and family? Is it the fear of missing out? So for the next 60 days, I wanted to see if all the rumors were true. So the rules that I made for myself was that I couldn't use Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. But what I could use was LinkedIn, Facebook, and email because these are just the essential apps that I need as a student. And what I did download later on was Tinder. Now I know what you're thinking, why are you on Tinder? No, I was just playing. But you guys are probably wondering, isn't Tinder a social media too? That's what I thought too, but I think it's different because TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat, you can all like see what everyone is doing aside from the texting aspect of it. But what I figured out, or what I realized, was that that's not really what Tinder is. Tinder is just looking at people's profile and texting them. And if texting is what makes a social media app, then wouldn't iMessage and GroupMe and Line be like social media too? But this is probably just me making excuses on why I'm on the app. Sometimes I look at my screen time and think, what better things could I do if I cut out the hours I spend on social media? How much more productive could I be? Would I find a new hobby, learn how to cook, follow my dreams and start a company? Or would I just find something else to fill the void? So like everyone else, my first week was pretty hard. When I was out with friends or in my classes, I would always take out my phone, scroll left and right, only to realize that I don't have social media anymore. But the time spent alone was even harder. Normally, the time I spent on my phone would be on my bed right before I fall asleep. And since I couldn't browse social media or anything, I found something else to do. And what that was anime. I downloaded Crunchyroll and started binge watching Death Note, One Piece, Boruto, like all the mainstream animes that I always loved to watch, but I couldn't find time. And I thought to myself, this isn't the best way to spend my time. I didn't delete social media just to go watch anime, you know? So after a while, I tried to get off of anime and listen to audiobooks in my bed rather than in the car when I'm driving to places. But of course, it still took some discipline, and out of the 7 days of the week, I probably watch anime for the most nights and just a few days on the audiobooks, which was the more productive thing I wanted to do with my free time. Most millennials would say that they couldn't give up social media because they had FOMO, which was the fear of missing out. And the direct definition of this would be a desire to stay continually connected with what others are doing. And for me personally, this was something that I found shocking for myself. I always hear about FOMO being a real thing, but I didn't know how much I had of the fear of missing out. This made me reflect more about what kind of person I was. I didn't necessarily develop insecurities, it just made me realize the insecurities that I never acknowledged for myself. But this has to be the worst kind of time to be doing this thing because the coronavirus hit. So I couldn't really clear my head by going outside and doing something. My friends would always talk about stupid Instagram trends, funny TikTok videos, things that my friends are doing, silly Instagram bingo challenges, Snapchat filters. You get the idea. So in the end, I ended up cheating. The fear of missing out really got to me, and I went on my computer, logged on Instagram, see what I was missing. And I scrolled for like 2-3 minutes and I was like, oh, I'm all caught up now in like the 2 weeks that I missed it. During the first 30 days or so of doing this challenge, I saw a small decrease in screen time, which I was actually kind of underwhelmed by. I actually thought that my screen time would go drastically lower, and I don't have the screenshots anymore. I don't know why, but I looked up on my phone to see if they tracked my screen time from like 2 months ago, but I only have it starting March 22nd. But I remember that my screen time was around 6 to 7 hours before, like average, and then the first 2-3 weeks it went down to around 5 hours, but it didn't really go down much lower. So after that, coronavirus hit, and this was after spring break or something, where they canceled school or they extended our spring break, and then rest of the school was online for the whole semester. And this was when it was so hard for me to stay off of social media. And I could have gave up already, you know? I did it for a month. I was like, man, I could make a YouTube video. But nah, that actually wasn't the reason why. I gave up social media for Lent. And if you guys didn't know what Lent was, it's a Catholic fasting period where you give up meat every Friday, and you also give up something else that's meaningful to you so you can spend more time with the Lord. And what I gave up was social media. But this video is not about that. I just want to say why I did it for 60 days. But yeah, yesterday was Easter, and I decided to make a video telling you guys just how my experience giving up social media for 2 months was. But yeah, it's been a good experience, and I haven't really posted on YouTube in the last 2 months, not because I was doing this no social media thing, but it's because I don't even know what to post. Like, we're in quarantine. I'm like tired of being in my house, so there's not even really any interesting thing to do. But yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. Final word of advice: stay safe during quarantine. Give us social media if you can, but if you do it, some advice I would give for you is that it's okay to cheat, but when you cheat, remember to stay on track. Like, if you're in 9 days and you want to do it for 30 days, don't just quit after those 9 days. Just say, okay, yeah, I cheated, but I still have 21 days to go. You know, just stay consistent at it, and it's okay to fail. It's okay to cheat once in a while. We're only human. So give this challenge a go. Just hit me up if you guys have any questions. Comment, hit my Instagram. See y'all later.